Extra, Theodore. Belated. The call from the hospital came at 3 in the morning, jolting me completely awake. This plow was really too stubborn. I had clearly already changed the direction, but it still twisted back abruptly and even reached its climax ahead of schedule. The plot point originally set 3 years later, where the plane was hijacked by terrorists and Theodore was critically injured, was moved up to the present. The doctor said to call all numbers specially marked in Theodore's phone contacts, his parents and me, or rather, to be precise, it should be Claire. I asked for the hospital location and Theodore's condition, then hurriedly changed clothes and prepared to rush over. Suddenly, I felt dizzy, my vision went black, and I lost consciousness. When I woke up, the smell of disinfectant filled my nose, and I found myself sitting in a hospital corridor. To my horror, I discovered I couldn't control my body's movements. I couldn't speak, make expressions, or move. The operating room doors suddenly opened, and doctors emerged. My body stood up and ran over. "Doctor, how is Theodore?" The doctor in the white coat removed his mask, looking exhausted. "The patient's condition is stable, but it's still not optimistic. He was shot near the heart and has minor burns. He will need careful care from his family." Okay. Thank you, doctor. Thank you." My body patted its chest, calmed down, bowed to the doctor, asked which room Theodore was in, and ran over. Theodore hadn't woken up yet. Soon after I entered, his parents followed. His parents were both doctors. It seemed they had rushed over immediately. Seeing me, Theodore's parents didn't say much, just asked me to take care of Theodore while they were away. My body agreed to all their requests. 3 days later, the drowsy body I was inhabiting suddenly saw Theodore's hand move and quickly called for a doctor. Theodore slowly regained consciousness, but was still very weak and needed rest. For 3 days, I felt like a first-person spectator, watching this body move against my will. Honestly, it wasn't a pleasant feeling. Theodore's parents were still busy. The doctor examined Theodore, gave some instructions, and left. Now only this body and Theodore were in the room. My body sat by the bed, watching Theodore lying there unable to speak, tears welling up. "Theodore, how are you? If you feel uncomfortable, remember to tell me." Theodore opened his eyes slightly, looked at this body, and suddenly smiled. Though it was difficult, I could clearly see his eyes were full of surprise and radiance. He struggled to reach out and wipe the tears from this body's face. "Claire, you came back?" This body held his hand tightly, tears streaming down. "Yes, I'm back. Claire is back." Claire. It was her. I hadn't been here long, but I had almost started believing I was the real Claire. I suddenly remembered what Theodore had said. He had said I seemed different, not Claire. Thinking about it now, Theodore's love was truly profound. He loved Claire's soul, Claire herself, the person Claire was. Not just anyone with a name and body of Claire. I felt happy for them. In the original plot, Claire suffered so much because of her obsessive love for Carter. It really wasn't worth it. And Theodore had been silently guarding Claire from beginning to end. This love was so heartbreaking. I still remembered the uncontrollable emotions I felt when Carter pleaded with me once before and when he later chose to believe Lily. That was when Claire had completely given up on Carter. If Claire and Theodore could be happy together, it could be a happy ending for their story. But then I thought, what about me? I was a transmigrator. Now the original owner of this body, Claire, had returned. So, what should happen to me? I suddenly thought of Alexander. Would he recognize me? Would he be unable to find me? Before I could think further, I saw Claire sniffling, wiping her tears, and looking at Theodore. I'm sorry, Theodore, I'm sorry, it's me. I realized too late. Too late? Too late for what? Too late to realize the person you should love most has been right beside you all along? Theodore, weak but with all his strength, grasped Claire's hand. His words were unclear, but his determination was unwavering. As long as it's you, it's never too late. I was like an old mother, watching them smile with relief. Thankfully, they had both finally seen who they truly loved, and neither had changed. They still had a long life ahead. Life would make up for what they had lacked. In 1 second, they smiled at each other. In the next, everything went black, and I lost consciousness again. In that final moment of consciousness, I just heard a familiar voice calling Clary, but I couldn't even call out his name. Even after enduring so much hardship, I can still look back and see my heart beating. If your original intention remains unchanged, it doesn't matter if our happy ending comes late. Theodore, Claire.